from Georgia, pero mis papás son de México.
From Baytown, Texas.
I'm from Mexico.
I'm from Watsonville, California.
I'm Puerto Rican and Trinidadian.
From Lake Charles, Louisiana.
My parents are from Nicaragua and Mexico, yet I've lived in 3 different countries, so I don't really have a hometown.
One of our main essay questions was, what would you be able to bring to promote diversity at RISE? And I wrote about how I am ethnic Chinese, but I'm from a specific culture in China, and so we have our own kind of separate values and traditions and our own dialect. And I wrote about how that would bring like my own perspective into RISE, and I think it has.
I was born in Los Angeles, California. My parents raised me there, so they're Mexican immigrants, and having come straight from Mexico, my life was basically very heavy influenced by the Mexican culture in California. So I would say it's basically been just growing up in my neighborhood that was predominantly Hispanic and predominantly Mexican, and just growing up around a lot of traditions, yet not being fully traditionally Mexican the way it would be in Mexico.
So in my senior year of high school, I moved back to the US, and I went to an all-Caucasian high school. I was the singular minority, and I didn't really enjoy that experience. It was kind of rough because people don't really understand you. And so when I came to RISE for OWL Days as a prospective student, in my group of friends that I made, I had another international student, another Hispanic student, and that really concreted my decision to come to RISE, because then I wouldn't be just the only minority again.
HACER helped a lot to assimilate to RISE. You know, I couldn't relate to half the people I met during O Week, and coming together with HACER members, they helped slowly but surely help me assimilate to RISE culture, and the friendships that I made there are lifelong relationships.
At RISE, we offer Hebrew, Korean, and Arabic. At a lot of other schools, you would only see like French, German, Italian, Spanish, like that. So I think that's a great thing.
There's people who are interested in different aspects of psychology. For example, in some of my courses, I've met people who are interested in health psychology, or interested in working in hospitals as psychologists or as social workers. And I think distribution credit, because of the way it's structured, it allows people to delve into different topics and like investigate different classes for the credit, but at the same time like with their own group of set of interests.
And my experience with diversity at RISE has been very positive. I think a lot of that comes from partially the residential college system and the way it works, because everyone's placed it randomly. So you could be living next door to someone who's an international student, who's someone who has your roommate could have a different major completely than yours. So there's a lot of opportunity to meet people from different academic backgrounds, different home environments at RISE, just with the people you're living with, and also the community or the campus as a whole. There's lots of different cultural groups on campus, and one of my favorite things is to go to the different cultural shows. And one thing I think is great is that you can participate in all of them regardless of whether or not you're part of that group's culture, and they're all very focused on making sure that everyone feels included in these shows, because they want to share it rather than just keep it to themselves. And so I think RISE has done a very good job of allowing students to express their diversity through campus-wide things and at their own colleges.
RISE has this really cool atmosphere where we get to have a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. So among my group of friends, I know people from all over the world, and I think it just brings in perspectives that you wouldn't otherwise encounter. And so I think that's been a huge plus.
My roommate freshman year was an international student from Beijing, and I mean, I would have never thought of that when I applied to RISE. And I know some Chinese words, you know, and it's really humbling because he got to meet my family and I got to meet his parents, and we Skyped, and you know, it's awesome. You know, I never thought I was gonna make a friend from actual China. Diversity to me, it's a give and take. We're all different. We're all unique. No one's the same, and everybody has something to give to the world. But we can also learn from each other. So I guess diversity is a give and take. You know, we both make the world a better place. So learn from each other. You know.
Diversity to me is, I would say, the variety of experience. To some, it's maybe skin color. To others, it's like where geographically you come from, like this part of the country, but in my definition, big difference in experience.
Diversity as a concept isn't just something that you construct to form a student body. It's not just something that belongs to colleges. It's something that's real and that's out there if you go and look for it in the community. So I think my experience with diversity in Houston has just come from, I guess, putting yourself out there and realizing that there's more beyond the hedges of Rice, and that I mean, you can go to shows at the park, you can go take the metro and go downtown to the international festival. So there's a lot of opportunities if you keep a lookout for them.
Diversity is the Rice experience.